In 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back. And happy Mother's Day to all of you out there, to my own, wherever you are, whoever you are. I hope you're having a good day too. I am Brad Bradley.
And I'm Bill Coggins. Pleased to meet you, world. And this is SkunksCenter. We're coming to you live from
You're
a great...
not allowed to be live ever.
Well, we got all your top 10 highlights of last week's game between the Los Feliz Skunks and the Iron Unkind.
That's Iron Unkind. Slight correction. Iron Unkind, let's go to number 10 right now.
Sweet Brussels sprouts and sauerkraut. I mean, come on. I mean, that was the story of the game for the Skunks, though. The ball was in and out. And then it was in and out. And it was in and out. And then it was in and out. And then it was in and out. And then...
What I really loved about that play is that every single offensive player touched the ball before buckets hit that shot.
Yep.
I mean, just great offense, great teamwork. Let's go to number 8.
Fast break points. I mean, such a tremendous part of the game.
Oh yeah, Johnny Buckets really churns his speedy thighs and just beats the defense mercilessly. Incredible. Hey, let's go to number 7.
How stupendous. And the play really starts with Dea. I mean, you see her out there? Pivot, 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 Dea.
Oh, incredible footwork. And then Doc Watch finds Buckets inside, moves into the open space, really exposes the defense and knocks down the open jumper. Incredible stuff. Let's go to number 6.
Hustle and effort, Brad. I mean, you gotta love that as a team, as a coach, as a man.
Yeah, and Johnny Buckets really knowing the right time to cut to get his man off him. Fantastic stuff.
Let's go to number 8.
Oh, what an incredible first step. I mean, Doc Watch kind of fakes one direction, and then just takes his man all the way to the rim and finishes on him. Beautiful stuff. Let's check out number 4. Do you think I look like a modern-day Zorro who would drive an ice cream truck?
Let's go to number 3.
Let's take a look at number 3.
I mean, did you see Reed up there getting that offensive rebound? Just goes up for it and grabs it like it's just 3-month-old child and just brings it down into his bosom and just nurtures it and nurtures it.
Let's go to number 2. Johnny Buckets just penetrates the hole in the defense, draws the man into himself, and then gives him the old reach around with the ball. Beautiful stuff. Let's go to number 1. Now that is our number 1 highlight, and that is fantastic teamwork.
Fantastic teamwork. Speaking of teamwork, let's go to the box score of last week's game. As you can see here, the lowest fearless Skunks will drop to 2-4 on the season, and I run on time is 4-2. The top performers are, we had Johnny Buckets with 14 points, and Big Buckets had 10 points, about 150 rebounds.
Oh, wow. Oh, you can see Iron Unkind. For Chubbs, too many threes, and for Ginger, whatever.
Lowest fearless Skunks had about 39 points, 13 in the first half, 26 in the second half. Iron had 57. As you can see here, Dara had about 23,344 assists in the game. Solid performance from her. Harrison had about 6,000 rebounds. I'd probably give him 6,400. Cobra threw in about 123 assists. What I'm giving, man. Thunder D had 2,323 rebounds. Oh, wow. And the Iceman had 9,098 rebounds. The Skunks made about all their shots, but still lost the game. What's up with that, Brad?
Well, it's frustrating, but when you got Chubbs, Ginger, Asian 1, Asian 2, and a Greek-looking dude, it's tough to compete. Well, as we wrap up this week's episode, we have a special treat, a special guest in our studio, a man who needs no introduction, but we're going to introduce him anyway.
That's right, Brad. We've got the player of the week from last week's game, Mr. Doc Watch. Come on in
Doc
here,
Watch.
Doc.
It's Doc Watch, live and in the flesh. Thanks for being here, man.
It's an honor just to shake your hand.
Now, I was dying to ask you, when you made that very difficult mid-range jumper from the baseline, I mean, just an incredible shot. How did it feel? I mean, it looked great. You look great.
It felt great.
I knew he'd say that. He's a man of few words because he lets his playing do the talking. Now, one last question for you. Looking forward to next week, how do you feel about where the Skunks are as a team?
I feel great.
He feels great, and I believe him.
Well, that'll about wrap it up for us at SkunksCenter. Join us next week to go over the game with Hayden Regals.
Aiden Rygals.
To each his own.
Okay. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. I'm Bill Coggins,
I'm Brad Bradley.
and this is Mr. Doc Watch. We'll see you next week.
See you next time. Hey, thanks again. What a pleasure. What a delight.
Did I do okay?
Well, you
Yeah,
did
you
great.
did great,
You did great. Come on.
Okay, let's bring it in.
Jumping up and down.
I think it's extremely difficult for male cheerleaders to get any respect at all. My favorite band is easily Chumbawamba. I take ecstasy like it's a multivitamin. You know, my favorite actor, without question, is Brendan Fraser. I mean, he's just got a fearless heart and a sort of benevolent, childlike curiosity.
This broadcast is brought to you by Tetra, Polish malt liquor. Benji Vugrach Lechibia. Sweet lambs of Jesus. Pound the boards. I mean, just attack the boards and grab the ball and get the ball for your team. It was in and out, and 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 in.
You know, my favorite imitation is Jack Nicholson. Let me. What I do ask, Danny, is that you stand there in your white uniform, and with that Harvard mouth, you extend me some courtesy. You gotta ask me nicely.
I was literally terrified for a second there.
You were Tom Cruise to me. You are Tom Cruise. Today's broadcast is also brought to you by Qi Dynasty. It's Chinese food that's delicious, and dim sum. Dim sum. Yeah, shake it. Oh. You're watching SkunksCenter, which means you're awesome.